Hey everybody, and happy Monday. You know what that means, so go grab your favorite cup of hot cocoa, a few of your favorite cookies, pull up a chair, and sit and chat with me a while in today's episode of Cocoa and Cookies. Happy Monday to you all. I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. I know for some of you, it may be too early to tell, but hopefully you're having a great day and gonna have a great week anyway. We don't have a whole lot of plans going on this week. Finally, we're gonna have a week when we can kind of slow down and catch up from the fast pace we have been living here for the last couple of months. And if you've been following the channel, then you know that we have just been extremely busy between the kids' fine arts competition, finishing school for the year, the big graduation, and just everything that we've had going on. We have been so busy. In the middle of all that, I found myself sick again and really have been struggling for the last couple of weeks. But because we were preparing to travel for graduation, just didn't get to the doctor probably like I should have. So ended up at a little walk-in clinic yesterday. And of course, he got on to me for not coming in any sooner. But, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? So got the medication pumping, some antibiotics in me, and feeling much better today. So hopefully, now that I'm on the mends and we have a week to kind of chill out a little bit and catch up, I'll be able to enjoy that a little bit better. I think one of the things that I'm going to do this week, and if we do, we'll definitely show you, because I know many of you have asked for an update on the bedroom. Those of you that had joined in through Vlogtober had seen us painting in there. We still have not finished that room because, as we've told you a couple of times, just money isn't there doing this renovation. If you don't know our story, and can you guys hear that? Do you hear the chickens? Our neighbors somewhere around here have some little chickens that have been out now for the last week, and every once in a while they pop up in our yard and they are so loud. It's just funny, but it's funny to watch them running around back there, so you'll probably hear a little bit of cackling throughout the video. At any rate, if you haven't seen our story yet on the whole mold experience, I'll try to find a link to that, because I think that I shared that in a Cocoa and Cookie several months back. At any rate, the renovation has been a long drawn out process. It's been 3.5 years. We're still not anywhere close to being done. Most of the mold in the house, well, all of the mold inside of the house, we have eradicated. We've taken care of all of that, and we've just kind of been rebuilding room by room as we go. The important thing was getting it out. The problem for us right now is that there is still a lot of mold under the house, and that's in some of the insulation that goes around all of the ductwork that's under there. And what is happening is a little bit of those spores is coming up through the air conditioning vents. So once in a while, we'll still get like that whiff of the mold that's coming through, and then we'll have a little bit of an allergic reaction to that. But thank the good Lord, it is not near as bad as what it was when the mold was actually inside. So we're still working towards all that. So I said all that to say, no, we haven't finished our bedroom yet and haven't even gotten started back in there. But hopefully this week I'll finally be able to get in there and at least paint the bathroom and closet area. We do have some of the leftover paint from the bedroom that we can use in there, and maybe at least get that part going. It's like you feel like if you can at least get a wall painted, or, you know, buy a new rug for a certain area that's been missing a rug, like you're making a little bit of progress. I don't know, we'll see. If we get to that this week, then I'll definitely show you guys. I do not have the zebra print on the big wall yet. I know a lot of you were anxious to see how that's going to turn out, and probably what I will do is even film the whole process for you. Me actually sketching it out and painting that design up on the wall like we did our front front wall here, the honeycomb wall. I do have a video showing you guys how to do that. So that is one thing I would like to do towards the end of this week after we kind of catch our breath a little bit. These chickens are cracking me up. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. At any rate, not really a whole lot else that I have on my agenda this week, because I'm really going to try to let my body heal on up and just get caught up with catching my breath. So hopefully, one of the things though that I do want to start back very, very soon for you guys is all the couponing. I took a break for a long time. It's been over a year. And at first the break was kind of a forced break, because those of you that have been with me a while know that I lost my grandma last year. And when I first lost her and she passed, the grief and just the sadness of that whole situation kind of just stole any desire to do much. And those of you that have ever lost anyone and have walked through the grieving process know that. You just really don't feel like doing anything, you know. It just kind of zaps you of all desire for a while. It's just kind of how grief works, and it's normal. That's natural. Everybody experiences that. And so I stopped everything as far as the couponing and all of that stuff, because I just really did not even care about anything like that. Well, we had accumulated quite a bit of stuff that as the months went on, I was noticing that, you know, I really don't need to jump right back out there and start couponing right now, because we have so much. There's only 4 of us in the home, and so working through some of those products was actually taking quite a while. And I don't have, you know, a big storage area for a huge stockpile. I wish I did, because I would love to have an area like that, not only just for us in the future, but also because we love to help people out who are in need. And when I hear of a need for someone, you know, it would be nice to go out there into a big stockpile area and put together several bags of groceries and health and beauty supplies and take them to deliver them to people. But right now we're just trying to get our living space back together. Trying to build a stockpile area is the least of our concerns. So in order to avoid bringing just more stuff in and piling it up that would have to sit on the floor around here during all this construction, I stayed on my break for a while. But we are finally at the point now, after it's probably been about 14 months, I guess. We're finally at the point now to where we're starting to run low on some of the major things that we do need and use a lot. So I'm hoping to get back in the swing of that. Not sure that I'll actually start it back this week. I might wait until next week to kind of get full swing again and really get going for you guys and bringing you the videos. I know not all of you have the Publix store where you are, because Publix is kind of a southern store. However, it can still give you some tips and ideas on when you are at your local grocery stores on what to do and how to match prices and all that kind of stuff. One thing you want to make sure that you do is check the coupon policies for all the stores in your area, your local grocery stores, as well as some major retail chains, and print those out. I have a whole video on that as well. You can search my couponing 101. You can see how I put together my binder, what I keep in the binder, and one of the things that I keep in there are the store policies for couponing. So when you see someone that's doing a couponing haul from a particular store, even if you don't have that store in your area, you can usually apply the same principles to the stores that you do have. Because one of the things that I've begun to learn is that a lot of the stores have very, very similar couponing policies. So you can watch what someone is doing at one store, and typically you can apply that at your store. Maybe a few variations, but pretty similar in there, because all these grocery chains and the local pharmaceutical stores, they're really in such competition with each other that they're all kind of adopting the same procedures and policies concerning their coupons. But anyway, I hope to get started back with that this week or next week. Probably more than likely it'll be next week. Gonna clip my coupons today. I know some of you have asked how many papers that I get, or do I order them online. I don't. I have searched online for online clipping services, and I got to tell you the truth, unless I'm just searching the wrong places, it is still cheaper for me to buy the Sunday papers, because in my area I can get the Sunday papers for just $1 a piece. And that $1 that I invest in that newspaper, not only does it give me the main coupons like Red Plum, Smart Source, Procter & Gamble, but it also will give me local store coupons that I can't get online. So to me, it is actually cheaper to spend my $1 a piece on the coupons in the Sunday paper, and I usually buy 10. Yesterday when we went to buy our coupons, they were running a little low, so I was only able to get 8 of the papers yesterday, but usually I keep 10 on hand for the buy one get one free deals and all that. You don't want an odd amount of coupons, because then you can't take advantage of the full BOGO deal. I mean, you still can, and it's still a good deal, but you need an even number of coupons to match those BOGO deals out there. So anyway, if you want more information on that, you can go back and take a look at some of my couponing videos and the Couponing 101 playlist. I have a lot of information for you guys there. Other than that, not a whole lot that's going on. I did want to mention, though, about the giveaway that closed last night. I have already announced the winners for that. And I know, once again, there were names that didn't make it onto the list. So I want to reiterate to you guys. I've stated this several times, but I know that there are many of you that are new to the channel and might not have heard the explanation. YouTube's rules and guidelines do not allow for entries on giveaways in the comment section of a video. And I know there are a lot of people who do that. They conduct their giveaways that way, but they're taking a huge chance, because if YouTube happens to come across that, or if someone happens to watch your video and just wants to be mean or complain and report you for abuse, then it can draw attention from YouTube to your channel, and YouTube does have the right to take down your channel for violating the community guidelines. That is how come you will see that on almost every giveaway video that I do, I try to remember to include the link to the YouTube guidelines, just for everybody to refamiliarize themselves with why I do my videos like I do. You have to have people enter the giveaway on another outlet, either through a blog or through email, or they can, whatever other way, you can have them mail you entries, however it is that you want to do it. You do have to direct them to a secondary source for them to be able to enter your giveaway. And the reason for that just simply is because there were a lot of channels who were holding giveaways just to manipulate the algorithms on YouTube. And what that means is they were trying to drive the views up on their channel. They were trying to drive the thumbs ups, and they were trying to drive the comments. All of those they were trying to drive up, because those of you who are YouTubers know that the more views, the more thumbs ups, the more comments that you get on your videos, the better chance you have that your video will be a suggested video over in the sidebar or at the end of a video that someone else is watching from a different channel. So the more popular and the more active that the activity is on your channel, that's what it does for you, and it drives your stats up. Well, YouTube put a stop to all that and says, no, this isn't actual real content that is beneficial necessarily to the viewers. It's a manipulation game that people are playing. So now we can announce the giveaway, we can show the giveaway, we can let you guys know what's out there, but we have to have you enter a different way than by commenting on the video itself. So that's why I have all of you directed to my email, and as soon as I can get my blog up and going, I do have a blog, but I'm getting a second one going just for DeeVine DeeZine, then I'll be having you guys enter that way. Some of you are still spelling the name wrong, and instead of D-E-E, you are using just D-E in DeeVine DeeZine, or DeeVine, or Design, or both. At any rate, The spellings have been wrong and the emails haven't all come through. And in almost every giveaway that I hold, I get comments back. I sent an email, but my name isn't on your list. As I have stated before, when I do a giveaway and have you send me an email, I take the time to respond to every email I get, even when there are hundreds of emails coming into me. You will get a reply back to me thanking you for entering the giveaway and letting you know that you are now entered. And at that exact moment that I hit send, your name goes on the list. So if you do not receive a confirmation email from me, that means I never received your original email. Okay, so that's going to be the best way you're going to know. You don't have to guess. Did she get my entry? Did she not give my entry? Now, yes, sometimes it'll be several hours before you get a response from me. And if I'm doing a video or a giveaway that lasts a couple of days, it might even be a couple of days before you get a response back from me, just because, like I said, I have so many emails coming in, and on top of that, I do have life to live. So it can take a little while before the response comes back to you. If you send me a response, like say like last night, I got some emails that came in right around 10 o'clock, 10:30. The giveaway was over at 12. Some of the responses didn't go out until very late, like right before the contest was closing. And of course, I know that means that some of you were probably already in the bed and wouldn't necessarily know if you got a confirmation email. In that regards, I don't know what to tell you about that, but what I can tell you is you will get a confirmation from me that you are entered. So, all that being said, if you don't get a confirmation, that means I have not received your email. And yes, I check my spam folder and I check every which way to make sure that I have included everybody. So just keep that in mind, that if it's been a little while, a couple of days maybe, the contest isn't over yet, but I still haven't received, or you haven't received a confirmation from me, then check the email address and send it again. Make sure you have that spelling correctly, because I want everybody to be included. I just can't do it here on the comments from YouTube, and hopefully you guys can all understand that. Obviously, I can't control what other channels do. They take the risk if they want to do it that way, but for me here, I do try to abide by all the guidelines and policies, and so that's just the way we have to do it. At any rate, if your name was left off last night and the email didn't come through, then my apologies. Definitely check your address book. Add me in to your email address, DeeVine DeeZine at yahoo.com, and that way you'll already have it for the next giveaway. There will be more. You guys know, every time I find something super cute that I see a lot of people are stating in their videos, like, I'm still looking for those little binder clips, or I'm still looking for the Wet n Wild brushes that we did not long ago. I'm on the hunt for a certain kind of washi. I keep my ears open for that, and when there is a product that I know several of you are having a hard time finding, then I will try to pick up extras if I can find them to be able to give them away. And because I can't afford to mail them to everybody who wants them, then the next best thing for me is to just hold a giveaway and let you guys enter if you really want it and if it's something that you're still looking for. So anyway, wanted to clarify all that, because inevitably every time I have a giveaway, somebody is left off and the comments come in, and that's simply why. It's not because your email was ignored in any way. I can promise you that. So just stay tuned and keep your eyes open. Some of you have gotten so used to there being frequent giveaways that I even get emails now. When's the next giveaway? When are you giving something away again? And that cracks me up. It tickles me, because people have gotten so used to it, they know something's going to be coming and they certainly don't want to miss it. However, I will not ever tell you on an email. I won't answer you back when the giveaway's coming. The answer will always be the same. Just keep watching the channel, because that would not be fair of me to give a heads up to somebody and not give a heads up to everybody, if that makes sense. I really do try to keep it as fair as I possibly can. So Anyway, not a whole lot deep to talk about today. No real issues weighing heavy on my mind or on my heart. Just wanted to touch bases with you on this beautiful Monday morning. At least it's beautiful here in Florida. Not sure about where you are, but it's really pretty here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here and get started with my lazy day. It's gonna be a lazy day, and just whatever I feel like doing is what I'll do. That sounds good after a few weeks of being so busy and on the run. So at any rate, hope you all have a wonderful Monday. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you soon in the next video.